Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, today we're going to talk about another piece of Christmas gear I got. I saw these on their website for the One Win website, and it's these waterproof, or we should say very water resistant packing bags. And it comes in three of them. There's three different sizes. This is I think the medium one. And this material is like a silk nylon poncho. Now I'm sure that the zipper is not waterproof, but the material is, and it's kind of self-healing. They show in a demo where they poke a hole in it and then they pull it out and just rub it and the hole seals back up. So this ripstop material, silk nylon material, can self-heal to a point. Now that is the small pouch. Notice it's got a nice handy hanging tab on it. There's three of them. And then here's the large pouch. Okay, same exact design. Got a hanging tab on it. And then the medium pouch. This has got one of my shirts in it. Because whenever I saw this, you know what the thought I had was? That's a pillow. Yes, this would be a great way to me carry my pack and keep my clothing dry. Especially in winter campouts. That could easily be a pair of pants, a shirt, and a pair of socks folded down that tight and put in there and then put into the bag. That also can come out and be a pillow real easy. And what's in here is one of my shirts like this. So I simply took the shirt I wore during the day, put it into this bag, and it became my pillow that night. And this is a pretty good pillow. It's slick. It doesn't feel that hot on you. And even when it's up against the skin, it doesn't feel like, you know, up against plastic or something, although it's still nylon, but you know what I mean. And so my first thought was, man, that'd make a quick and easy pillow to carry that wads up to nothing, you know, and would allow me to rotate my clothing. You know, in the winter camps, like we've done, I've talked about, I'm going to take these clothes off and I'm going to change over to my sleeping clothes, which are bone dry and are not put on until right before going to bed. I'm going to change into those layers. I'm going to go back to the fire. I'm going to warm up fully, drink me something like some hot chocolate or chicken broth or beef broth or something to warm my core temperature up. And I'm going to go get into my bag, you know, get in my hammock to get warm and go to sleep. Well, being able to take my clothes and put them into here and turn that into a pillow, what am I doing? One, I've got a pillow now. Two, I'm also keeping those clothes kind of warm. So tomorrow, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to get up. I'm going to have to take my dry sleeping clothes off and go back to these clothes, right? These clothes are not ice cold. I can learn from experience, and I remember one particularly cold and bitter camp. I had a big plastic tarp set up around my sleeping area, and I took my clothing and I hung it up inside from the ridge line. When I went to bed. My breath, since it was so enclosed, condensed and just ran down the walls and sheets. And so the next morning when I woke up at about 35 degrees, my clothing was sopping wet. And so I had nothing to wear but my dry clothes. So I had to get out, build the fire all in that, and then completely spend the next 2-3 hours drying out my clothes. Well, with this way I could put it into something like this and utilize it and keep it warm. Nothing's worse than on a cold day having to pull cold clothes back on, right? I mean, you're just getting out of that warm sleeping bag, now you got to strip down naked, get back into your damp stuff, and it's just, you know, coffee first, right? Well, this right here would be able to keep them a little bit warmer. Plus, being the fact these are basically rain poncho silk nylon, I can hang these up from the ridge line and have them like a clothing locker for my stuff, to get them up out of my bag, whatever, hang them on the ridge line, not have to worry so much about them getting wet or damp or whatever because of the way they are. They come in three different sizes, like I said, and I'll give you a good shot here of the three of them together so you can see what they look like together. Okay, there's the smallest, the medium, and the large right there. Good size bags. Now these are available on the One Win site, and I will put a link down in the description box so you can go look at them if you'd like them yourself. But I really like these. I mean, this is going to be in my kit because I can organize better. Now, I'm not a huge fan of everything having a pouch, because after a while you end up with all these pouches and they can't move around, and you end up with a backpack full of bowling balls. I want a couple of pouches to organize what really needs organizing. And this, especially in cold, wet weather, needing to be able to put my dry clothes into this and put it in the bottom of the bag, so that if my pack gets wet, this gives me another line of resistance, right? If it gets past my liner for my bag, this gives me another line of resistance. If I have to tear the stuff out of my bag to get to something down in the bottom and I got to sit this out on damp ground, it gives me another line of resistance to keep my stuff dry. And it weighs nothing. In my book, that's a good idea. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button before you go. And until next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.